Hi, welcome to PromptCRAFT, designed by Famer Fellows for Famer Fellows. Here, AI isn't a focus, it's a tool. The real focus is you, your clarity, your impact, and your ability to turn information into insight. Let's talk. Welcome to week 1. I'm really glad you are here. In this session, we are not just learning how to prompt, we are learning how to think before we prompt. We'll explore how structured framework can help you guide your conversation with AI. Think this session as your prompt toolkit. Here, what we are diving into today. First, we'll explore the 5 families of prompt framework. These aren't just names, they are grouped by purpose, power, and the style. Then we will look how and when to use them because the real magic lies in knowing which tool fits which task. Next, we are going to look at the selection strategies, how to decide what to use in real educational and research situations. And finally, I'll walk through the essential 5 to master first. If you are overwhelmed by the list, do not worry. We got a clear shortlist to start with. Think of prompt as the way we speak to AI. And like any conversation, better prompts lead to better responses. If your prompt is vague, the output will be random and unfocused. But when your prompt is structured, you get clarity, direction, and the quality. It's just like a clinical practice. If we ask a vague question, we get a vague answer. But when we ask with a structure, and suddenly all the pictures become clear. Prompt framework gives your AI conversation a spine. They cut through the ambiguity and help you exactly get what exactly we need. As a medical educator, structure is second nature to us. When we document, we don't write anything randomly, we use the SOAP notes. When we assess the students, we don't guess. We rely on rubrics. Prompt frameworks follow the same logic. They bring clarity and consistency to your interaction with AI. Whether you are giving back feedback, designing a curriculum, or summarizing a complex paper, it isn't a gimmick. It's simply a habit we already trust in a new and powerful context. Prompting without structure is a bit like teaching without a lesson plan. You might get somewhere eventually, but chances are you are going to waste time, repeat yourself, and end up with the patchy results. Framework change that. They give you prompt a solid spine. They reduce cognitive load, not just for AI, but for you as well. Think of prompt frameworks are like family of tools. There are basically 5 families in prompt framework. Some are structural, building step by step. Some are minimalist, sharp and up to the point. Others are for reflection or for narrative storytelling. And finally, we have the advanced one designed for complex reasoning. Let's go with the first. Let's start with structural framework. These are the ones we use when we need clarity and control. Think of them like clinical algorithms or like SOAP notes. They take complex tasks, break into clear and the logical steps. For example, RACE. RACE stands for role, audience, context, and expectations. TRACE adds one more piece of the task at the beginning of the pie of race. And crisp is the most detailed. It lets you set everything, the context, the role, the input, the format, and even the expected output. These frameworks are useful when you are creating a teaching content or summarizing research or giving AI precise academic instructions. Now let's move to the minimalist framework. These are your secret weapon when you want result very fast without any extra details. Sometimes you don't need a very long prompt. You just want an AI to get up to the point, and that's exactly what these are built for. Tag works very well with the quick instructional task. For example, summarize this into 3 bullets. Second, the RTF is perfect for formatting. For instance, you can write act as a reviewer and give the feedback in the table. And the last but not the least is APE. APE is ideal when you want to delegate a simple task without overthinking. Minimalist frameworks are lean, they are sharp and built for speed. perfect when you are short on time, but you still need a clarity. Next, we have reflective framework. These aren't just about getting answers. They are going, or they are about thinking much more deeper. Use them when you want the AI to co-analyze, to reflect you, not just carry out a task. Care stand out because it adds an evaluation step. That makes a perfect case of reflection or debrief, where deep learning actually matters. Star and Spear, they are fantastic for writing personal statement, analyzing teacher performances, or giving feedback that resonates. When we are choosing or choose reflective framework, when nuance, insight, or the reflection are more important than the speed or the surface level result. Storytelling is powerful. Yes, even with AI. Narrative framework, it gives you structure for persuasion, behavioral change, or any communication heavy task. BAB works when we want to show a transformation. It's like before, after, and bridge. IDA shines in communication. It stands with attention, interest, desire, and action. Classic for posters, classic for emails, and pitch deck. Pass, it's yes, it's problem, agitation, and solution. It is perfect when you hook your audience before giving the answer. Narrative frameworks are right choice when your goal is to move people, motivate them, and make them care. These frameworks take prompting to the next level. The chain of thought makes AI show it works. It is ideal for solving complex problems or teaching reasoning step by step. Generated knowledge work like background researcher. It gathers context first, then it produces a very strong final answer. My favorite is React. React is always dynamic. It is a combination of reasoning and acting with iterative prompting. React is dynamic. It reasons, it reflects, and it acts step by step, like thinking assistant that adapt as it goes. Use this advanced framework when your task is ambiguous, it is layered, exploratory, such as decision making in uncertain situation, or guiding student through problem-based learning. Let's pause and look at a big picture. All the framework we have covered falls into five families: structural, minimalist, reflective, narrative, and advanced. Each has its own strength, whether that's precision, speed, depth, persuasion, or it is reasoning. But here is a good news. You don't need to memorize every acronym. What matters is recognizing the type of task what is in front of you, and then choosing the framework that guides the AI or a generative AI in a clear and very smart way. Now level up. Once you are comfortable with framework, you can start chaining them together. Here is one solid combination. Begin with race to outline a task. Number one. Number two, then use chain of thought to guide the reasoning. Number three, and finish the crisp. Use the crisp framework to refine the final output. You can also adjust the AI tone and the depth with simple modifier like ensure cultural sensitivity, or you can use limit this to 200 words, or base this on current research. When you want very stronger alignment, try system role prompt. For example, you can give a personality like you are a journal editor or you are a curriculum expert. That small shift change the way AI frames its entire responses. It's all about machine learning. And here is the golden rule. Iterate. Your first prompt is rarely the best. You have to build, test, and refine. That's how you master the craft. Even with the great framework, things can still go wrong. Yes, it can go wrong. And the most common mistake we always do is being vague. If you don't know what you want, the AI definitely won't. The another pitfall is overloading, cramming into too many instructions without clear focus. That's the issue. The only that only confuses the model and leads to the messy results. Sometimes we call it hallucinations or the fake results. Then there is the issue of context. If you skip it, The AI will fill in the blanks, dot, dot, dot. And yes, often it goes in a very wrong way. And finally, do not treat AI as magic. It reflects what you give in. It depends on your input. The better input we give, the better output we get. If your prompt is poor, no framework is going to save you up. Even all of and sorry and all of this feels like a lot. Don't worry, you don't have to master everything right away. Start with these 5 versatile framework: race for clear structure or role based output, tag when you need fast or minimal prompts, star, this is I also like one, for the feedback, reflection and academic writing, bab for storytelling or persuasive content, and the last, chain of thought for reasoning and problem solving. These 5 will cover most of our educational and research tasks you will face. Once you are confident with them, the rest will come naturally. Sometimes you don't just need a great prompt fast, no time to structure, or there is no time to reflect. Here are few emergency prompts you can use or tweak anytime. For example, summarize this article as a medical educator. Help me draft learning objective for a competency based curriculum. Structure this experience into narrative using a star framework, or suggest 3 ethical concerns in this AI generated text. These are your time savers. You can use them whenever you want. As we close, remember this: prompting isn't about memorizing every trick, it's about clarity, structure, and the purpose. When you use framework, you're not only improving the AI output, you're also sharpening your own thinking, making it more intentional and more impactful. In this course, PromptCraft is more than just a technique. It is your compass for navigating AI into education and research. So just don't talk to AI, you have to think with it. And above all, craft every prompt with intention. That is very important. So, in the next lecture, we'll move from framework to function. You will learn how to choose a right framework for each task, adapt prompt for teaching, feedback, and research, spot and avoid common mistakes through practical examples, and most importantly, craft that prompt actually work into real academic setting. This is where theory meets application. Do not miss it. Thank you for joining this structural prompt think course. We are going to leave you with a very small thought. Clear writing is clearly thinking made visible. The same hold for the prompting. The clearer you think, the clearer AI is going to respond. Thank you for listening. Thanks so much.